Good morning from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi. Abby and I are visiting family up towards North Mississippi near Tupelo, and I decided to make the drive down here to this little town because last time I was in this area, I stopped out and found a few things that I found interesting, but I found some more things that I find interesting, and we're gonna check them out. Hi everybody, and welcome to the World of Micah. I am no longer in the state of Florida. I am in the state of Mississippi, where I was born and raised, and I'm in the small town of Columbus, Mississippi today. There's quite a few things here that I find interesting, some abandoned things, some things of yesteryear, just unique things in this little town, and I wanted to show you guys, and I figured you'd want to tag along with me. Now, let's take a closer look. So this is the Columbus Inn and Suites, and right over here is an old football field and stadium. And the way the stands are set up, they're built with concrete like that, you know, just going up. It's very interesting how the field's set up like this on a main street. You're heading into the historic area of Columbus, Mississippi, and there's actually a sign over here that says welcome to historic Columbus. Yeah, check that out. Welcome to historic Columbus, and the stadium is right back here. And this is a semi-opened entrance here. Keep out, please stay off football field, no trespassing, but I wanted to show it. Let's see. There we go. There's the field and the old stadium right there. And there's like a mural on the side of this. Goes all the way up promoting Columbus. And a trucker honking his horn. All right, so this is like the historic downtown Main Street area here. Not too far from the Mississippi University for Women, and also the exit to Tuscaloosa. Now right up here at this red light off of 7th Street is the Statue of Liberty. You can see it right there. Not joking. There it is, Statue of Liberty in Columbus. How neat is that? And since I'm down here in the Main Street area, I'm gonna walk down to a local coffee house that I went to last time I was here. They had a Elvis themed coffee. It's like a peanut butter and banana. I'm gonna get that today. I had it frozen last time, a frappe, but this time I think I'm gonna get it hot. Look at this, Main Street, Columbus, Mississippi. I love these small towns because you can literally stand in the middle of these streets. Before I get some coffee, look at this. Inside of this graphics firm, it seems like. But if these walls could talk, man. Love the architecture. Whoa, look at that. Oh my gosh. That's pretty dangerous. Didn't even see them when I walked up. I'm not gonna stand here too much longer, but goodness gracious. All right, coffee house on 5th, which is where we are, right on Main and 5th. Let's get some coffee. And I got what they call a Mississippi Magnolia. It's a local brew they have. It's really good. Here, coffee house on 5th. Right now we are on what they call Catfish Alley, and this is a part of the Mississippi Blues Trail. They have a marker here. I showed this last time, but I want to show it again. Big fan of Mississippi Blues and the Mississippi Blues Trail, which is a trail you can take throughout the entire state of Mississippi, and they will show you different places that have a significance in blues history. This is what they call Catfish Alley. A lot of A lot of famous blues musicians hung out in this alley. Big Joe Williams, Howlin' Wolf, Booker White. And the reason they called it Catfish Alley, after a local fisherman brought their catches to town to be cooked and sold on the street, Booker White sang of the good times to be had in the town in his 1969 recording, Columbus, Mississippi Blues. And this is the alley right here. You can imagine guys just hanging out on the side of the street, playing some blues. Probably had some clubs down here, some juke joints as they call them. What a time. Now down the street, there's another plaque talking about Catfish Alley. Let's go see that. I like this Music Alley Recording Company and Learning Center. I don't think it's in operation. Just looking at the current state. But it looks like they're working on it. Like a recording booth back there. But gonna go down and there's a plaque right there. So throughout most of the 20th century, this block of 4th Street South was an important commercial center for African Americans, so named for the fish frying and the street cafes. Catfish Alley was remarkable for the easy mingling of races during an era when the South was segregated. Doctors, dentists, barbers occupied upstairs offices, while at street level, cafes, pool rooms, and businesses owned by both black and white merchants enjoyed a lively trade. Stories of the alley in this heyday describe a world within a world, a fusion of commerce and culture deserving its own chapter in the history of Columbus, Mississippi. And straight ahead, this is the Mississippi University for Women, or also known as the W. Insane houses through here. I mean, look at some of these houses. Isn't this insane? You don't see this stuff in Florida, and the hills here are pretty spectacular. I know they give a tour showing a lot of these older houses and everything. Had a lot to do with the Civil War through here. Old storefront of some sort and a classic Coca-Cola sign right there. I love seeing that kind of stuff, man. It makes you feel like you're in a small town, which we are. This house right here belonged to Joshua Lawrence Meter. He was born here in 1911, Greenwood, Mississippi, and then he moved to this house at the age of 7. He worked for Walt Disney Productions from 36 to 1965. He worked on Snow White, Fantasia, Bambi, Pinocchio, Dumbo, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. In 1954, his team won the Oscar for special effects for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. He died in 1965, and he's buried right down the street at the Friendship Cemetery. But this was his house right here that he lived in when he was 7 years old. Grew up here. I was told this house has a shack in the back, and according to some sources, he used to draw when he was 7. And I think some of his artwork and stuff still belong here inside that shack. Just some sources were saying that. But see, that's the kind of stuff that I found out, you know, as a kid. You know, people from Mississippi just like me did something pretty incredible with their life. You know, that's just like one of the best stories, because growing up in Mississippi, you always dream of Hollywood, you dream of making it big, you dream of doing something. Just like, you know, my heroes, Elvis Presley, Jim Henson, they're all from Mississippi, and hearing about Joshua's, you know, story and everything working for Walt, it's just really cool to me. That's why I threw it in the video. Look him up if you guys want to see some of his work. It's an old Taekwondo place, Miller's Taekwondo. Heading over the train tracks, and that ties in with what we're about to go see. An old train sitting in this park. And I found a little abandoned place too for us to check out. Got an old abandoned gas station right here, right off the side of the road of 182. By the way, we're out of the main street historic area. We're in the surrounding areas of that right now. There's a plaque right here of a man named Adam Stovall. 50 years of service to state and nation. This plaque is presented with the affection of the employees of the Columbus Greenville Railway Company. I believe it says 1888 to 1938. And this is the train. The Columbus and Greenville Railway Company. It's behind a fence here, but check that out. And the train is out here in this park where they have batting cages and baseball fields and things of that nature. Wish we could get up close, but this is about as close as we're gonna get. But you guys can still see it. Amazing, right? I love old trains, old locomotives. Columbus and Greenvillery is what it says. That was the post office right there, and then baggage here, and then the cabins and everything keep going all the way down. This is Highway 182. Thought that was interesting too. I'm always on Highway 192 out in Kissimmee, but here in Mississippi, Highway 182. And this old locomotive. Now I saw a sign on the way in saying, you know, they're working on preservation here with this train, and you know, that's great. I love preservation. And maybe in a couple of years we'll see progress on it and we can come back out and check it out, see what all they've done with the preservation of this train. It'd be awesome to be able to walk up and get a closer look of this locomotive and kind of see the ins and outs of it, you know. But that's cool. They could have just not preserved it, but they did. So I give a thumbs up to that. A little further down Highway 182 is the abandoned Carts and Clubs go-kart track. Guessing this is where the employees would kind of oversee the go-kart track, and you can see on the sign right here it says pay here, and then this was the track. You can see kind of how it curves around. Everything's kind of just left and still intact. I'm guessing you would park over there. And Carts and Clubs, I'm thinking clubs, they had a driving range maybe, or putt-putt? Could be completely wrong. The fact that the building and everything still is here is pretty impressive. Well, we came, we saw, we took care of business here today. Downtown historic Columbus, Mississippi. This was a lot of fun. I like this little town. I'm glad I got to get out and see more from last time I was here. I'm glad I got to bring you guys along for the journey. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button. Next time you're here in Columbus, tell someone World of Micah sent you, and I will see you on the next adventure. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.